angels, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amy, and during semesters I am a law student. I just finished my second year, but obviously it is summer. So today I thought it would be fun to do a kind of like assumptions, and also, can we ignore my hair? I'm getting it cut in like an hour, so it's just like terribly ugly just now, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to do another kind of like catch up, but I thought I would make this one like more of a, like an assumptions video, because I feel like those are the ones where you kind of like find out what people really think about you and you can kind of like answer it at that point. So I've got a coffee. I just came back from walking Lexi. It is like 8:37, so we're having our coffee. And I've got all the questions on my iPad from Instagram, so we're just gonna work our way through them and have a little catch up. So let's do it. Okay, so question number 1 is, you don't get online hate. Now, this is a topic that I've actually spoken about a good couple times on like my platforms in the last week or so, because I really have never had any experience of online hate until I posted this TikTok. So it was like a prank basically that I did on Callum, and I texted him and I was like, it was the day that the Olivia Rodrigo album came out, and I was like, can we break up for like 43 minutes so I can listen to it with like full effect? And obviously it was a joke, and like anybody who knows me and Callum knows that like we have banter all the time. So he was like, oh yeah, we'll just break up for real, blah 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 blah, and I was like, okay, ha ha ha. And like it was just so strange, the response that people gave it. Like someone, so I put like, okay, kiss kiss kiss, and someone was like, oh, he probably broke up with you because you put kisses on the end of it, like no adult relationship does that. And someone was like, oh well, like maybe they do it in the UK, and she was like, I'm from the UK. And I was like, so you know every single adult relationship in the UK that every single person doesn't put kisses? Like, even that, I was like, it's just so pathetic, like, why do you care? And then everyone was like, so Callum's got a Samsung, and everyone was like, oh, he must have cheated on you, he's got an Android. And someone was like, oh, well, he probably broke up with you because you're ugly, or like, you're nothing special anyway. Some girl, which was the worst part because it was a girl, and she was like, oh, I can smell your tan from here, and like tagged her friend. And I was just like, what is the need? Like, I've never really had any form of hate before, because none of my stuff has gone to enough people for it to happen. Like, nobody that I know is going to comment something nasty on my posts. So the only real place that that's gonna happen is TikTok, and it got 4.5 million views. And it was just like, it was really, really eye-opening to me, because I was like, that's one experience that I've had. So like, imagine the people who are like big time. Like, imagine the people who are big time and they get that on a daily basis. Like this stuff about like, oh, she's not special anyway. Like, I was like, whatever, you do, like, you do you. That doesn't bother me. Like, somebody calling me ugly doesn't bother me. But like, the fact that it's just so ridiculous that like people clearly don't think that there's like a person behind the screen that's gonna read all the comments. Now, I am a loser who read every single one of those comments, and I was like, get a life. Like, get a life. Do you know what I mean? Like, surely you have more pressing issues than sitting commenting on somebody's TikTok, like having a literal argument with somebody else. Like, I could honestly talk about it all day, because I have no idea why people feel the need to do it. Like, and especially girls, that winds me up, I think, because it's like, with everything going on in the world, you would think that like the first thing a girl's gonna do is support other girls. Like, it's the classic girls supporting girls, but then they don't. And it's just like, I don't understand how you can stand behind something and then hide behind your phone and be like, she's ugly or whatever, and tag your friends and laugh at someone. I just think it's honestly the most vile aspect of social media ever. Like, it's horrendous, and I'm so fortunate to pretty much have never experienced it on any great scale, but like, for the people who have, my heart breaks for you. Someone said, you hardly have any friends. Thank you so much. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I have a very small group, like a very small circle of people who I'm friends with, and that is purely my choice and my choice alone. I had a really big friend group in school, which was amazing at the time, but I just think that when you get older, or me anyway, when I got older, I just didn't really, I don't know, I think you grow up and you kind of realize what's like important to you, and you realize that the people who care about you are gonna try just as hard as you are. Do you know what I mean? So I think that the older I got, the more I realized that like I don't need a group of like 8 or 9 people around me. I just need the people who care about me. Do you know what I mean? So like I've got maybe like 3 of my like girls from uni who are literally the best. I don't know what I would do without them, honestly. And then like Minnie, my best friend, and then so like I've got a good like 6 or 7 like close friends that I can go to. I know this is gonna sound so losery, but like my sisters are literally my best friends too. Like I speak to my sisters every single day. I've got Callum, like I've got so many people around me that like I genuinely do not want anything different to that. Oh my god, someone said, would you ever meet with one of your subscribers if they're at Strathclyde? Absolutely. Like so many people have messaged me being like, oh, would you recommend this, would you recommend that, about like hauls and stuff like that. And I think I always respond to them, but I think it's so funny because I'm such a voice note person. Like I don't really type, especially if it's a long thing. So I literally reply to them and I'm like, hi, I hope this isn't weird, but like I'm sending you a trillion voice notes. And there's been like 3 or 4 girls maybe that I've like told loads of information about, and I'm just like, oh my god, like when you come, like let me know and we'll like go for drinks or whatever. And it's just so cute. Like I think that YouTube is such a fun community where like you can meet so many like-minded people, and it just I just love YouTube. Like it's so cute, and you guys like in the comments, you're all so sweet, and I just think that's the comparison. Like YouTube is such a supportive community, and it's just like you barely, or me anyway in my experience, like I have pretty much never had any negativity on my channel. It's just so positive all the time, and I love it. And that's really what encourages me to keep going and to try as hard as I do with YouTube, because I just think that like I really enjoy the like company and the like almost like the friends that I have on here. Like there's people who watch every single one of my videos and comment on every single one, and it's just like, I don't know, like it just really makes me happy. What was even the question? Yes, I 100% would meet with my subscribers on in Strathclyde if you're there. Like let me know, I will be there. We can do library dates. Like I don't know, I think that's adorable. I would love to do that. Someone says, can I see a picture of your nails for inspiration? Here they are. So we've got a little lilac, we've got a green, we've got a pink, a yellow and a blue. And I think, honestly, these are my favourites that I've ever had. I think not only just the shape, like Emma did them a lot skinnier, which I love. And the colours are just adorable. Like they're such a classic right now. I love them, like absolutely love them. Next, someone said, you've always been organised and needed a structure in your day. I think I've always been organised. Like, my family take the piss out of me because when I was younger and we would go on holiday, I mean, I absolutely still do this, and probably to an even more dramatic extent now, is I used to pack well, I still do, I pack approximately 3 weeks before I go anywhere. So like if I go on holiday, I pack my bag 3 weeks before, and it's like the most meticulous process you've ever seen in your whole life. I make about probably 3 or 4 lists and like cross-reference them and put in like color codes. Like it's honestly ridiculous, but like I to this day have never forgotten anything. Like it's just people who pack like the night before they go anywhere give me so much anxiety. It's not even funny. Like I will pack 3 weeks before I go, then I'll unpack my bag, I'll see what system works the best for what I'm packing. Like it is so losery, but like I've never forgotten anything in my whole life, and I thoroughly enjoy the process. Like when I went on Duke of Edinburgh, my favourite part of the whole thing was packing my bag, because your bag is so small, which was what I loved. So I was like, this is a challenge to fit all of the stuff I need in this bag. And I like literally got to the point I vacuum packed my stuff. So like my outfits I had vacuum packed in little sandwich bags. Honestly, it was iconic. I wish I'd like recorded it so you could see it. Someone said you have your life sorted and it's not a mess, you know exactly what you want in life. I would say my life's not really a mess. I think that comes with my kind of personality, that I don't really allow myself to get to that point. And if I do, then I would know that there was something like drastically wrong. You know exactly what you want in life. I think that's true. I think that me and mum were talking about this the other day actually, and I think, to be quite honest with you, my gap year was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, it just really put my priorities into perspective, and I kind of realised, like, I just kind of grew up a lot, I think. Like, I was doing, like, a full-time job. I was working with, like, adults in an environment where, like, I couldn't really just piss about. Like, I was teaching kids how to swim. I was a receptionist. I was dealing with money. Like, kids are literally, like, 3-year-old children are, like, I'm in charge of 9 3-year-old children in a pool. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't really, like, a year where I would just, like, piss around. Like, it was quite a really, really eye-opening year, and I had to work. I worked really hard. I worked really long hours. And I think, yeah, it just kind of put into perspective, like, what I wanted. Like, at that point, all my friends had gone to uni and I hadn't, so I was, like, I was a little bit lost to start with, I think, but then I found my feet and I did loads of traveling. And I think at that point, that's where I was like, okay, well, this is what I want and this is how I'm gonna get there. And then once I went to uni, it just all kind of like slotted into place, I think. Someone said you are closer to Katie than Lucy. This is an interesting one, because I think that our relationships have all kind of fluctuated over the years, and at one point I was significantly closer to Lucy than I was to Katie, because at that point we had a lot more in common. But I think maybe now, I don't know. I think in daily life, I've got a lot in common with Katie now. Like, the way that we, like, kind of live our lives, we've got a lot in common. Like, we both get up really early. We love, like, exercising. Lucy's gotten into the gym a lot recently, so absolutely smashing it for her. We both like yoga, Pilates, like all that kind of thing. We've just got a lot in common. I think the thing is our relationships fluctuate so much that I don't think I'm necessarily, like, closer to one or the other. I just go to them for different things. So, like, I speak to Katie more often than I speak to Lucy, but there's certain things that, like, I couldn't go to Katie for that I would have to go to Lucy for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Someone said you don't have a life outside of law school. And this one, honestly, like, probably. Honestly, probably. I think that, like, I mean, not that I've been able to have a life for the last year, but I really like to keep myself busy. And I think that, like, productivity and, like, going out loads don't really go hand in hand. That kind of ties in with someone else's question that was, you don't like drinking. And to be quite honest, I hate drinking. I literally hate it. I did so many years, like, in high school where I went out every weekend. I, like, spewed, and it's horrible. It's horrible. And I think I've got to the point now where, like, I just reevaluated my life and realised that, like, I don't want to be hungover for a whole day. And my hangovers are horrendous. Like, if I take it too far, I will be in my bed being sick until 3 p.m. Like, and then that's my whole day gone. And I think that, like, it just stresses me out more than anything, because I'll just be in my bed, like, I can't do anything for a whole day, so what's the point? Like, what is the point? I don't know, I just feel like I've gotten, call me boring, like, I don't know, I get triggered when people call me boring, because I feel like low-key in my head I think I am now, and I'm like, I'm not boring, but maybe I am. But I just rate, like, dinner and drinks rather than, like, going out until 4 a.m. and then sleeping the whole day. I don't know, maybe that's just I've gotten old and boring, but, like, I'm 21 in September, like, don't, I don't know, I just think that, like, that's where my kind of, like, life is now, and I would rather be busy and, like, doing things and then have, like, valuable time with my friends where, like, I can actually talk to them than just going to a club when it's, like, dark and you can't even speak to anyone. Would law be hard to study without doing A-levels? Now, I live in Scotland. I don't know that it would necessarily be harder, because law is a brand new subject unless you can do an A-level in law, which I don't know if you can, but unless you can do that, I don't think it would make any particular difference, because I don't feel like any of my subjects in school prepared me to do law, other than probably English and maybe philosophy. But I find like law's that subject, that's why I think that it's so hard, because it's one of those subjects where you have no base knowledge. Like my sister Katie, she did joint honours in immunology and pharmacology, so she did advanced higher biology, advanced higher chemistry, and she did higher physics. So like she went into uni and she said her first 2 years were essentially a repeat from those years, whereas law is something that's like you literally have no prior, unless you've done an outside course, or you've done like a bachelor's degree or like anything like that, you're gonna have no prior knowledge of how to study law or how to answer the questions, how to write legal essays, how to write legal arguments. Like you're not gonna have any knowledge. So unless you can do an A-level in law, I genuinely don't think it would make any difference to you whatsoever. So I wouldn't worry if you're not doing A-levels, but maybe find out from someone who's been through the English system, because I could be talking a big pile of rubbish. I think that is us, you know. There are some questions, but I answered them in my last one, so if your question didn't get answered, then go and check my previous video. But yeah, that is everything. That is all the questions. I think that I really like doing these every couple months, and I think that they're kind of good for us to like be able to chat and like answer your questions directly, because I always answer your questions in the comments, but I think it just is easier for me to give you like a verbal response. But yeah, if you want to get involved in those kind of questions, then go and follow me on Instagram. That's where I ask all of those questions every single time. So yeah, go and get involved over there. Follow all of my other socials. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. It is so helpful. Subscribing, liking, commenting, all of that helps to push my videos to other people who might not have necessarily found me yet. So that would be so helpful. It means the world to me. I get new subscribers every day, which is honestly so exciting. So we are gonna do a massive giveaway at 15k. I know we're still a wee bit away, but yeah, I just thought I would tell you guys early so we can entice people into staying. But yeah, that is everything. So if you want to drop a comment in the box below, then let me know what you want to chat about, and I reply to every single one of my comments. Or if you want to chat to me on Instagram, then you can go and DM me over there. I always reply over there too. But yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.